of course, pole's always great, so I'm happy that's the job done so far. Not an easy one, not as easy as what I would have liked though. Just struggled a bit more with the car. I struggled to even go quicker than what I did in FP3. So one, it was that lap was very strong, and two, I don't know, I just didn't feel like I could get much more out of the car than what I did.
Yeah, very happy with second, to be honest. I think we kept on improving the car because yesterday was very tough, and it was all more drivable for me. I could attack corners a bit better. So yeah, very very happy with second. I think it was not realistic, of course, to fight for pole. So already, I think going into qualifying, I didn't really expect to be on the front row. So we take it.
It's the first time I felt, first time in a long time. I don't even remember the last time. I don't know if it was this year, but that I felt super connected to the car and at one with it. And it was a great feeling from run one, Q1. And then after that was just building on it. I was like, oh God, finally I've got a car that I can fight with and that I was happy with balance-wise. And if you told me yesterday that would be P3 today, I would have said there's no way. So I'm really thankful for it and take it for sure.
So strange. FP3 I felt super confident, car was feeling great, tyres were feeling great, and everything came easily. And I thought we're on course for a front row here, had a good amount of margin to the rest of the field. And then I went out in Q1 and I was almost knocked out. Went out in Q2, I was almost knocked out, lost all confidence, had no grip. And then Q3 managed to do a reasonable lap and ultimately a really good recovery.
I think it was just down to me. I did a pretty poor job in the last sector and lost a lot of time there. So it's a shame because my lap was looking strong at that point. Very disappointing and frustrating.
Yeah, very happy. Solid quali from the team, clean laps, and had a good feeling and confidence with the car, which is very crucial around here and street circuits in general. It's what I was missing last week a little bit. I got it here this weekend after all, so happy.
Extremely happy with the result. I think we are not maybe in that position, to be honest, in terms of pace, but we made some progress in Q1, then Q2 was just as last week, just 10th. P10, I think 60 milliseconds for 11th, so I think very, very close. And then in Q3 we had this, these factors that we didn't expect, the two Ferraris not completing the lap and the Tsunoda as well behind us. So yeah, P7 is unrealistically good for us, but we take it. We did the job today.
Overall, happy. It's been a while going through Q3, so well done to the team. We were waiting for this moment quite a long time. Also, obviously, for myself as well. Yeah, having top 8 is it's been a long time. So very happy overall.
Lack of temperature, most of all. When we get out of the garage with front tires that are too cold, then you arrive in first corner and you lock up. So I don't know what has gone on. I don't have the answer yet. The team didn't have the answer yet. We need to look into it because we pay the price today.
Very strange one. I clearly underestimated overestimated in this case the grip that I would get from a very cold tire, that I had to do a lot of back off in the last sector to let some cars by and launching the lap. Here you never want to give away any lap time, and when I was launching the lap I went through the bump in the 17 and I just had zero grip compared to any other lap of the weekend, and I had a big moment. At one point I thought I could save it, but then it snapped on me and it was a very unfortunate, very bad accident. But apologies for the team and for everyone, because it's not the way you want to finish a qualifying.
I don't think it was that bad. We struggled a bit in Q2 run 1, but we got it back tyre-wise in Q2 run 2, so I don't think it's that. Just tricky out there. Got a bit of a, I won't call it an issue, but a balance in the car that we've had over the weekend, and we've been trying to improve it, not really found anything for it. And when it's not there, generally we're quick, and when it's there, we fall down the leaderboards.
A bit frustrated, after finishing only 300ths of Q3 in a track that I haven't never been before. It's a bit frustrating because I can easily go back in my lap and find some lap time. and that's why I'm not happy. But I think we did a good weekend so far, and in a track that I know I didn't have the updates the upgrades that Alex has in the car, and I still show that I can be up there, and we could be fighting for points even in a track that maybe doesn't suit us so well.
A nightmare, really. I think we had good progression through Q1, but then Q2 there was something going funny with the tires that I just couldn't get them in the window. The rear axle, I was struggling quite a lot with it, and it was just so picky that just a little tickle on the car, on the balance, will make a huge difference. And unfortunately, we are knocked out. Hasn't been a straightforward weekend.
Very marginal, even though, it looks P14. It's not great, of course, but there's so little in it. Then we're in Q3, and it's just on the wrong end of those margins. The car is in a good place.
Q1 definitely the car felt a step better. I was happier with it than I was in FP3. We really picked up the grip, on the rear axle, and from there on it looked promising. I was 8th, I think, in Q1 at some point, but it wasn't quite enough for Q2, and we didn't really pick up good improvements, from session to session, and unfortunately that was it.
Today wasn't good. Not sure. Not much to say.
In terms of how the car felt, was it very different to what you had yesterday? Was it just lack of grip?
We didn't change much, but it just was a lot harder for us to honestly get the most out of the new tyres, so nothing productive to say.
It's been the story all weekend, just a very difficult car to drive, struggling for balance and grip. Story of my weekend.
I mean, I was very surprised from P3 to quali. I actually went slower with a lighter car, more power on the engine. I was just sideways everywhere. There wasn't one lap which actually felt good. I was going slower than before. So very confusing at the moment.
I knew it's not going to be an easy weekend, but still the gap ahead is quite big, and for sure it's worrying seeing. But like I said, we knew it's not going to be an easy one, but I didn't think it was going to be this difficult. We just whatever we tried this weekend, we haven't been able to find any more performance, and that's where we are on a single lap at least.
I wasn't so surprised because I think I was expecting that it's kind of where we are after the weekend, but for me it's just quite difficult to understand just because we didn't change much the car, but then today the balance was one way or the other, so tricky one, but I think that's how it is and we have to accept and going forward.